Okay, hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to draw manga eyes in 3 different ways. Okay, and the first way is how to draw flat eyes. Okay, for a flat eye, it's for more maybe not as tall eyes. It's going to be more of a long rectangle shape. And I'm going to start from the inner corner of the eye. So, I'm going to make a guideline for those who may not be familiar with drawing eyes, so to help you start out. Okay, for the inner corner, you want to start at a 45-degree angle like this. So you want to just kind of gently go into this intersection right here. So curve that in, but go down about a 45-degree angle and extend this guideline a little bit. And this time around, we're going to draw a straight flat eye where it goes straight across like this, not angled up or down. But you can if you want, and that's another style. And I would draw examples here where this is angled upwards. So as you can see, here is the guideline, and this point up here is higher than the guideline. And this eye, here's the guideline again, and it's hitting the eye here. And this guideline, this time it's lower. See how this is angled up, in the middle, and down. Okay, and back to drawing the eye. So we're going to make one straight across, and you can stop wherever you feel like how wide you want the eye to be. I'm going to stop around here. And I'm going to make an arrow kind of shape for the outer curve of the eye. You generally want it to be longer than the inner curve, but for flat eyes, when they're really flat, you can't really tell anyway. So to make this, you just draw one going like angled down, and then one going up like an arrow. And now we're going to mark the bottom of our eye. And you kind of want all of these lines to kind of invisibly connect with each other. This time I'm going to draw a style where you actually do connect it. So you can see how this bottom would connect with there. So we have this kind of style. Also, when you draw an eye, you kind of want the top to be a bit thicker than the bottom, or it looks like you have eyeliner on. Okay, and time for the pupil, and you can make this circle or an oval. This time I'm going to make an oval shape, and you generally want it covered on the top and the bottom, or it looks like they're really surprised or something, or looking up or looking down if you make one or the other not covered. And then you want to draw an eyelid and an eyebrow. There are lots of different eyelid and eyebrow styles to them too, but on this time I'm going to mainly focus on the eye and the general shape of them. There's going to be another tutorial focusing on the inside of the eye, or rather coloring them, but for now here is a very simple way of how you draw the inner eye with a highlight and the pupil. All styles basically follow this highlight and pupil kind of idea. Okay, and that's it for drawing a flat eye. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how to draw a medium eye. Okay, for the medium eye, I'm not going to make it as of a longer rectangle, rather more towards a square shape. And this is more of a typical anime eye you see. Then you can also use the guideline for this, starting with a cross shape. And also we're going to use a 45-degree angle. This time, though, instead of going straight down, you're going to curve this one a little bit more in. See how I come out at a 45? And I kind of change so it kind of points downwards. You also want to curve gently inwards to this. And also for not as wide, you don't want to go as stretched farther across this guideline here. And since it's not going to be flat, we're going to round it out into a curve. And this time I want to show you how to angle your eyes upwards. So like I mentioned before, use this guideline and you choose a point above the guideline to make it angled up. You don't want to do it too high or it looks really drastic. So we're going to curve it up and come back to our point right here. You don't want to curve it down too much because we're going to have a separate place to curve it down. Okay, so there's curved up, and now we're going to curve it back down. And this curve back down should be longer than this right here. So it should also reach further. Okay. So you want to curve this back down. And for this time, I don't want to draw an arrow style, but I want to show you a more point style where you point this inwards like this. See how it comes into one point? Okay. And this time, I also want to draw eyelashes in. Here's one style of eyelashes. It's kind of more of a triangular point where you make a triangle coming off. See this triangle? Okay. Right? And you can also add like other supporting eyelash points if you'd like this. Okay. And now for the bottom of the eye. You kind of follow your eyes or your pencil and make a natural curve downwards, and you can mark the bottom. This time I'm not going to connect it, but draw a typical separated bottom line like this. And now for the pupil. This time, instead of making it so oval, I'm going to try to make it more round. So here is a circle style pupil. See how it's very circular? And again, we try to cover it, though I didn't cover as much on the bottom this time. This is your choice. Just trying to show you lots and lots of different styles and choices so you can make up your own. Okay, now for the insides and the eyebrow. Okay. If you're curious about different styles of the medium eye, here is a couple of styles here where it's angled up like I have here, and this is straight and this is towards the bottom. See how this point is up here and over here is right on the line, and this time it's below, right when it has that point. Okay, and that wraps it up for the different styles of the medium eye. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to draw tall eyes. Okay, what I mean by a tall eye is like something maybe more shoujo-esque and really big eye, because when you make big eyes, you don't draw them wider, but you draw them taller. Okay, so we can start off with our guideline again, making a cross shape. Right, another 45-degree angle. Again, you like the medium eye, you want to point it back down and be very curvy. Okay, and this time we're going to draw a downward slanted eye. So I'm going to draw somewhere along like this. And take note that for the wide eye, I made it really far, and for the medium eye, I made it a little closer, and for the tall eye, even make it even closer. Okay, so maybe around there. So I'm going to angle it downwards like this. See how I don't make it straight down, just make it curved because it's a curvy eye. And now for the tail end of this, just want to, this time I'm going to just make a round type where it doesn't point, just goes round. I'm going to round back down into the bottom, so the bottom is going to be right here. So you want to make it so it kind of connects, see how it could connect? Yeah. And for the pupil, I'm going to draw a bottom-heavy pupil, where it looks kind of like an odd-shaped jelly bean that got too fat on the bottom, or maybe a pudding or a gumdrop, whatever those things are, right? Where it's thinner at the top and gets heavy at the bottom. And also, I'm not going to draw any bottom line, but make the bottom of this pupil flat to indicate the bottom of the eye. Now here's the inside. Also notice how the pupils on the inside, or the black area here, gets longer and oval because it shifts with the iris. Okay, now the eyelid and the eyebrow. Also, this time around I want to draw eyelashes, but here are some very shoujo-esque single eyelashes. So there's the downward slanted tall eye. And here are some other styles of tall eyes. I've drawn here. This one goes upwards. This one is stationed in the middle. And this one goes towards the bottom like we drew now. Okay, now it's time for tips and techniques. Okay, so now you know how to draw an eye, but you want to put on a face, right? So I'm going to teach you how to put them on faces. So here's a basic face shape. If you're going to draw an eye, you generally want it to have one eye space in between, like this. See how these are all eye lengths, and this is one eye length in between the eyes. Once eyes get really big, it's kind of hard to keep up this rule, but this is kind of a general rule to help you make sure your eyes don't get like really extreme. So like here's an example of a tall eye. So you want to have space in between like this, and a flat eye, and a medium eye. And see how all of these are different styles, but they still have very similar width to them. Like see how long they are? They're pretty similar. It just matters about how tall they get. So this is like very short, this is medium, this is very tall. Okay, and here's a concise chart showing you all the different styles of eyes you've done so you can see them easier, and hopefully just mix and match them to create your own eyes. So the first one I showed you was the flat one. I used a middle angle, arrow end, a connected bottom, no eyelashes, and an oval pupil. And same goes for these, where I've written like the styles over here and the types over here. Okay, and to help you get started on making your own styles, I've listed here some additional styles you can try out. Now here is a flat eye that's angled upwards, has a rounded end back here, it has a separate bottom, has single eyelashes, and has a circle pupil. Okay, I haven't written out all of the style names, but I've written out what they are, but they're all in the same order for all of these, so hopefully you can figure them out. Okay, and this one's a tall eye. I personally don't like the look of this, so as you can see, some of the combos may or may not be better than other combos, so try them out and see what you get. Here is another one, and this is another one here. This one I kind of wanted to show you because unlike the other ones, I did not cover the iris pupil section here, but has a space in between. If you like how that looks, you can try it out yourself too. If you use it too often or make too much of a space, they will look surprised. That one looks kind of surprised too. And this one's another one where I've drawn a circle pupil. So if you like how that looks, you can try that out. Okay, well, I think that's the end of my tutorial. Hopefully you found something useful from it. I tried to put a lot of information to a short tutorial, so I may have been rushed a little bit or may have not covered as much as I should, but hopefully it's helpful. Okay, well, hope to see you next time. Bye bye.